Northwestern is bowling for the second time in 3 years. The Cats will play in the Game Above Sports Bowl in Detroit the day after Christmas, taking on Central Michigan out of the MAC. It's NU's 15th bowl game this century, and after losing 9 straight in the postseason, they have turned into something of a bowl juggernaut, winning 5 straight, 6 of their last 7. That 5-game bowl win streak tied for the 3rd longest active streak in the nation. It's the second meeting ever with CMU. Cats won a regular season game back in 2010. They'll face a Chips team hasn't had much luck against the Big Ten. 8 straight losses, including a 63-3 defeat at the hands of Michigan this season. Here's Mike with David Braun.
Head coach David Braun joins us off to Detroit the day after Christmas to take on Central Michigan. What are your first thoughts?
No, we're excited. You know, extra opportunity with this team. Excited to be bowl eligible. Excited to be headed to Detroit, and ultimately, get an opportunity to play a really good football team. You know, Matt Drinkel's done an incredible job in his first year at CMU. Our staff is hard at work, starting to process through the breakdown, and we'll start game planning tomorrow. But excited for one last opportunity with this special group of seniors.
You look back on this season, all the losses you had were against teams that were pretty darn good. We now find out 2 of them are playoff teams. What's your main takeaway from this year? You know,
I think there's definitely an and in there. Ultimately, our team meeting that we had right after Illinois, I acknowledged it with our team. There was a level of heaviness in terms of, this football team believes that we should have won 2 or 3 more games and ultimately didn't. And I think the Illinois game was a great example of that, a game that we felt like we let one slip away. But there's also this opportunity to really acknowledge a job well done by our team, by our leadership, by our seniors. It started back in January with a commitment to doing something really special. Ultimately, first Northwestern football team to become bowl eligible in the new landscape of the Big Ten. And, an opportunity for us to extend the season by a month and make sure that we send these seniors out the right way.
On the whole, what did you like most about your defense this year?
I think it's just their overall attitude. And I know that's oversimplified, but at the end of the day, a group led by Tim McGargle, the way that group plays, the way that they fly around, the relentless effort that they show up with, I think it showed up in the last couple series against Penn State. I think it showed up in our ability to, really continue to battle against Michigan and position our football team to, ultimately fall short, but position ourselves to, get out of Wrigley with a win against Michigan. Their physicality, their demeanor, the relentless attitude that they approach every practice with. It's a special group, and excited to have the opportunity to do it one more time with them.
What's your goal in these few weeks leading up to the game?
First off and foremost, it's preparing to win a bowl game, against a really good football team. But there's also this incredible opportunity with these extra practices to, have our sights set on winning our last game and doing what we set out to in the postseason, but also develop this entire roster. And that's already started. Last week, we didn't even know who our upcoming opponent was going to be, but great opportunity to stay sharp with our guys that have played a lot of Big Ten football and also get a lot of really quality work with our young guys on this team and to feel the energy around our team when a bunch of those young guys are getting their opportunities in front of the entire team to be running on our offense, our defense. There's a tremendous amount of development that can and will happen. It's really kind of like an extra spring ball. What a great opportunity for the program.
David, congrats. Enjoy yourself a holiday. Good luck out there in Detroit.
Thank you so much. You too.
And in hearing David Braun there, you could hear in his voice he thinks about the Illinois game and the Michigan game and what this could have been for this team. But what it ends up is a chance to finish with a winning record and a chance to get better in these bowl practices.
Yeah, exactly. I just think about, what the players feel after that Illinois game, like that disappointing feeling. It's heavy. And then you have a bit of a longer break, too, that you have to sit with that. Well, the medicine is to go get a win. The medicine is to go finish the season strong with a win. And all of a sudden, that you get to carry that joy into the offseason and going forward. But then there's an element, too, when my crew called Northwestern games this year, we got a chance to meet with the players. This team really, they're a close team, and the players love one another. A day after Christmas game means they'll be practicing and spending Christmas together in Detroit. That's a fun thing as a player, seriously. I remember my locker room. These are things that you'll remember for the players and the coaches, so good for them.
Interested to see what they do with the quarterback spot. Like, do you give Ryan Bowe a little bit of run here in this game to see what you have with him as you start to plan for life after Preston Stone? Be interesting to see. Braun did say today hopes to have Caleb Komolafe. Thinks he will have Caleb Komolafe back for this game, so that obviously really big for them.